Whew, some of these videos are pretty cringy.
The first question you're probably asking yourself is, why am I doing this?
Welcome back to Odyssey, everyone, and a Happy New Year to you all. Today's the final episode of our first YouTube short series, Brave New World, and I thought I'd make it a special episode and do a long-form video to recap 1 year of trying something new every week for a whole year. This was probably the most international travel I've ever done in a single year. Now, I really enjoy flying to Japan and Thailand, but I've been to both of those places before. So my favorite new place this year is actually someplace domestically in the US. I really enjoyed going to Boston, just kind of the Bay Area and then the campuses that were there, the food. It was just really nice to walk around and take in the views. But probably the favorite new area that I went to this year was San Diego. So I was there, and conveniently I was 5 or 6 minutes away from Torrey Pines. So before what I had to do for work every day, I found myself waking up extra early at 5 or 6 in the morning before I had to go to work, just to go drive over to Torrey Pines and walk around the course. It's an open public course, and you can just kind of walk a trail, and it was super nice to just see the course view along the sea and the mountains with the marine layer coming off. 75 every day, just absolutely perfect, and I could easily see myself living there if it wasn't so expensive. The craziest thing I ate, that's a tough one, because I ate some pretty wild stuff this year. Between going to Thailand and Japan, I had some fugu, which is poisonous blowfish, some raw beef with some raw egg yolk at yakiniku, a bunch of different kinds of raw seafood in Thailand. But I'd say the craziest thing I probably had this year was rare chicken. So I had this at a Japanese izakaya, which is sort of a nighttime snacking bar. It's a kind of like a smaller bar that's very, very popular to go to in the evenings or after work. It was definitely intimidating to look at this dish, and definitely be warned, because if it's not prepared correctly, rare chicken is very dangerous to eat. But it actually tasted surprisingly good for how it looked. Overall, I'd say my New Year's resolution went pretty well this year. If you guys remember back to one of my first videos ever, I had brought back a Japanese Daruma and filled in the first eye with the goal of trying to have less road rage and just be less innately angry all the time. I found that not being innately angry on the road and just driving safe and let all the crazy maniacs just go around me, I was still getting to my destination at about the same time as I normally would if I was driving fast and aggressive, and my gas mileage was much better. So I actually improved from 33 miles per gallon to 35.6. When I kind of calmed it down and was just genuinely nice with people, even in adverse situations, I found that I had a lot more opportunities presented to me than if I was just kind of innately angry. Some examples of a flight getting diverted from Florida to New Orleans because we ran out of gas in a thunderstorm. I just took the opportunity to go explore the airport, try some of the New Orleans food because Creole style is my favorite and I've always kind of wanted to go there, and kind of turn those negative situations into positives. Overall, I'd say I did pretty good with my New Year's resolution, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in this second Dharma eye. Beautiful. The coolest new piece of technology I saw would probably be when I went to a trade show called TechCrunch Disrupt. So, for those of you guys unfamiliar, this was actually featured in a TV show called Silicon Valley. At the end of season 1, where they're in a competition to see which company or feature is best, this is actually a real thing. So the conference is based in San Francisco, And they actually have a startup competition where everyone presents to a panel of judges, and then at the end of the trade show, they decide the winner. I thought this sort of thing in a trade show was super, super cool because you got to see the business side of how do you actually present a business case for your new company and what it's going to do or how much value it's going to generate. This was super, super informative, not only from the new technologies that I saw, but from an understanding the business perspective or how you would create your own company. How has trying something new every week made me a better person? I would say I've almost kind of adopted a yes man personality at this point. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with the reference, it's a movie starring Jim Carrey where he has to say yes to everything and every opportunity that's presented to him. Now, I didn't take it to that full extent, but basically having the obligation to try something new every week really helped me keep motivated, especially on days where I was tired or didn't want to get out of bed. I kind of had the obligation to myself to get out there and try something. This is especially true because I have to travel so much for work. And there are many times where when I got off the plane and got to the hotel, it was kind of late. And basically in my mind, I'm like, oh, I just want to go straight to bed and get ready for the next day. But I have all these opportunities to travel and see these new places that this also gave me kind of the motivation of when I'm traveling for my work trips to get out there and take advantage of this opportunity that I have and go see the world and do these exciting traveling and experiences. The most adventurous thing I did, that's another tough question. So I do like to do a lot of snow skiing, and this year was the first time I went to Vail. I've been to several other areas skiing in Colorado and Utah, but Vail is probably my new all-time favorite place to ski. We got there super early in the morning and just went straight to the back bowl. And there are just these super traversy half-pipe-like routes that go through the woods. And it's just like super, super fun runs. But I don't know if that would be my favorite one. Probably it's gotta be scuba diving is the most adventurous thing I did this year. I have never been before. I took a 4-year course to learn how to scuba dive. And it is literally, to quote The Little Mermaid, a whole new world down there. So I was super intimidated at first because I have problems with the ear pressure just in like regular pools, but once you learn to do it and slowly as you're going down, it's not a problem at all. And the views are just absolutely insane down there. So if you've never done it before, I would definitely highly recommend. And I would make sure that you take a proper course and get certified because there is actually a lot that goes into it. And safety is, of course, the #1 priority. I've definitely learned a lot in my first year of YouTube. And I have to say, the best way to learn how to get good at YouTube is literally just to let go of your fear and get out there and start doing it. And each time that I made a video, I just tried to iterate or make one little thing better than I did the previous time. Whether it was video recording or sound quality or special effects, whatever it is, what have you, I just try to get a little bit better each time. And that 1% increase just over time led to a drastic increase in quality. Here I'll go ahead and throw out my first YouTube video and then one of my more recent ones, and you guys can kind of check the difference in the quality. You can see it's pretty crazy. And probably the video that I'm most proud of was the one that I finished right at the end of 2023, and that was my how to build a golf simulator video. It's on my main page if you guys haven't checked it out. I would definitely pop over there and take a look because I'm really proud of that one. Looking ahead to 2024, what's next for the Odyssey channel is probably 3 main things. So the first point is I'm going to continue to hone my skills with some of the advanced features of the stuff that I've been working on. So I got this new camera, but I'm not a total master in it yet. I also got some external mics, which I haven't used yet on the course or in some of these videos. Just those kind of small things to really fine tune and make the quality of the videos better. So really hone my skill as far as the YouTube creation portion goes. The second point that I'm going to work on in 2024 is to really niche down and focus on a specific topic. So you can see the channel banner above on my YouTube page, but last year's challenge was Brave New World and trying a bunch of new things. This year, I'm really going to focus on the golf content and getting really good at playing golf. So I'll have one other new series coming this year in 2024. So if you guys haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and be on the lookout for that. It's going to be a super exciting golf series, but this year is largely going to be focused on a road to scratch and getting as good at golf as possible. The third thing I'm going to do is work on growing the channel. So doing a lot more of the back-end things necessary, like the social media posts, the announcements, brand-related content, doing everything I can to grow our audience and our community as much as possible so that we have a good, positive group of people on the channel here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this recap of our last year and our goals moving forward. Let me know in the comments down below what your plans are for 2024. And if you guys aren't already, be sure to subscribe because we got a lot of new great golf content coming in 2024. As always, I look forward to seeing you guys out on the course.